Do you want to hear the truth? Nigeria cannot be fixed. Nigeria is damaged beyond repair. No disrespect. The country cannot be fixed. The only solution is to divide the country. The only solution is to divide Nigeria. Nigeria cannot be fixed. And Nigerians in Nigeria can try, but they can't fix Nigeria. The United Nations will help divide Nigeria if they want to. The United States, the British, they can divide Nigeria if they want to. That is the only solution. As long as we remain under this false unity called one Nigeria, Nigeria will not be fixed. More and more Nigerians will participate in corruption. More and more Nigerians will participate in crime. The country is damaged beyond repair. This is to some of you that think I defend criminality. My take is that not every Nigeria is a criminal. Not every Nigeria is a criminal, regardless of how bad the country is. Not every Nigeria is a criminal. We have good people in Nigeria today. And the truth of the matter is that the system, the corrupt system, is destroying those that are working genuinely. The system is, affecting those that just want to work and earn a living without corruption. Unfortunately, the country is deeply, deeply rooted in corruption. So Nigeria cannot be fixed. This is a country that is built on corruption. Do you know how Nigeria came about? You think the country... Look at Ghana. Look at South Africa. Look at Kenya. Look at different African countries. They fought for their independence. I don't think Nigerians fought for their independence. It was formed by the British as a company. Not as a country, as a company. Because of oil. Coal. Nigeria is a company, not a country. So this company cannot be fixed. This company is completely damaged. No disrespect. The so-called unity that we are forcing today in Nigeria benefits few Nigerians, while 80% are crying for help. So Nigeria cannot be fixed. I'm sorry. And
a time will come when there will be a crime in Nigeria. That country with green, white, green. A time will come. There will be riot. Riot. State to state. The country will be divided. There is nothing you will tell me. This country called Nigeria, it will be divided. It will be divided. There is nothing you can do. This country will be divided. A time will come that battles here and there, even time of elections. When time of election, you'll be seeing riots, battles, killing people anyhow. Are you hearing me? A time will come that there will be war in Nigeria. People will be dying in here. Pray for Nigeria. Nigeria is a painful country. It's the country both old and young has been crying. Old and young have laid curse upon the country because of the pains they're facing in the country. Country full of pain. Go and see poor people. Poor people are crying so much. It's only rich people that can even live in Nigeria now. Nigeria, Nigeria, Nigeria. A time will come, there will be riots, there will be war, there will be battles. Nigeria need prayers. Write it down. Write it down.
At this point in time, there is a need for us to ask ourselves, who are the benefactors of one Nigeria? Who are the people that are benefiting from one Nigeria? Is Nigeria truly one? The most stupid thing I've come to understand over time is the fact that whenever somebody come up to talk about a need to divide Nigeria, a lot of fools think that it is a bad idea. We see it as a bad thing. We see it as a criminal offense for somebody to say Nigeria is supposed to be divided. Meanwhile, Nigeria is not united. From 1914 up till date, when Nigeria was amalgamated till this point, if you take a look at a critical aspect of our society, you will realize that the Northerners have been migrating to the south in uncountable number, the same way the Southerners have been migrating to the north. And this migration has been very, very active. But yet, if you talk about Northern Nigeria, it is easy for you to know the people of Northern Nigeria and segregate them. If you talk about Southern Nigeria, it is easy for you to segregate them. Why? Because there was no intermarital affairs between these people. And what has been preventing the intermarital affairs? Igbo cannot marry Hausa. Hausa cannot marry Igbo. Yoruba cannot marry Hausa. Hausa cannot marry Yoruba. Because of what? Religious and cultural differences. And sometimes we compare ourselves to US, to different countries of the world, to China. If you go to China, there is nothing like somebody from North China cannot marry somebody from South China. Everybody in China, once they meet themselves, they find love within themselves, they get married to themselves. The same thing with America. There's nothing like there is a part of America that not marry the other part of America. But in Nigeria, if we have been intermarrying within ourselves since the amalgamation of Nigeria till this point, it would have been very, very, very difficult for you to talk about one ethnic group successfully, because we would have had over 11 million people whose father are Igbo and their mothers are Hausa, and over 20 million people whose father are Hausa and their mothers are Igbo. The same thing with Yoruba. And that intermarital relationship would have deleted everything that has to do with tribalism and nepotism among us. But it is not possible. So you will see that the amalgamation of Nigeria was done in a very clinical manner that keep us segregated, so that there will be, just like mixing a cup of oil with a cup of water, knowing fully well that they will not mix together, so that we can easily be exploited. And whenever you talk about one Nigeria, who are the people that are benefiting from it? A very few elites who are the stakeholders of the British business that has been invented. So why is it possible for new countries to be formed in Europe? If you go to Europe from the year 2000 to 2026, as we speak, almost 30 countries have been formed. New countries, without agitation, without war, without fight. So why is it easy for new countries to be formed in other places around the globe? Kosovo, Serbia, Slovakia, Montenegro, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, different countries. New countries have been formed peacefully. But if it comes down to our own place here, to form a new country is a big deal. Why? Mind you, if you go to Europe, you will realize that Lagos is bigger than countries like Greece, Portugal, Sweden, Switzerland, Belgium, different countries of Europe, Lagos alone. And I bet you that all the states in Nigeria, including the smallest states, Ebonyi State and Bayelsa and wherever, Nasarawa State, are far bigger than many countries of the world. So I ask you, why is it a crime? Why is it a sin to talk about a new country in Nigeria, in Africa, without conflict? Why can't we divide without fighting, without conflict? And who is behind these conflicts that we experience whenever we talk about division? Nigeria is a blessed country, and virtually every region, every part of this country have abundance of mineral resources that they can rely upon. So if we are talking about the division of Nigeria, we are not even supposed to be talking about dividing into 2 or 3 or 4. And the most idiotic thing that has happened in Nigeria is to talk about the 3 major ethnic groups. There is no need for us to talk about any ethnic group as being the major ethnic group, because if you have a 3 major ethnic group where Hausa is the biggest, Yoruba and Igbo, then how will you now talk about the other ethnic groups? So Igbo is comfortable that they are number 3, Yoruba is comfortable that they are number 2, Hausa is comfortable that they are number 1. How about the people that are number 20, number 30, number 40? We are not supposed to have the same country by nature, because if you talk about agriculture, for instance, why the southern part of Nigeria is planning their farming system in such a manner that excessive rainfall should be controlled in their farm, the northern part of Nigeria is planning their agricultural system in such a manner that excessive drought should be controlled through irrigation. So if you are making your ridges in the north to conserve water around your plant roots in the north, somebody in the south is making their ridges in such a manner that will overflow excess water from the plant root. But yet we are studying the same curriculum, we are studying the same agriculture, we are using the same textbooks, but the environmental dispensation of these 2 regions are completely different, and the cultural practices that could work in the northern part of Nigeria cannot work in the southern part of Nigeria. If you go to the north, a typical northern child will have to learn Arabic language through the Quran, learn Hausa language, and learn English language. Just one child learning 3 languages. Tell me why they won't become an alimajiri or idiots. Tell me how they can be able to function effectively when a child is being bugged with 3 different complex languages with complex lexicons being comprehended by one single child. Nobody thinks about the impact of such confusion. You are putting a little child, they must study Arabic to learn the Quran. They read from the left to the right to know the Quran, then they read from the right to the left to know chemistry and mathematics. Tell me how it can work. And if you look at the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the lawmakers, take a look at the complexity of grammar they are speaking there. Take a look at the English they are speaking on the floor of our Senate. For a country where over 70% of the citizens are illiterate. So if you are making laws for your citizens and you are making such laws in language they don't understand, how can somebody obey a law they don't understand, the law they cannot interpret? And you are talking about one Nigeria. Nigeria is due for segregation. It's due for division. Anybody that tells you anything otherwise is just fooling you. and there is abundance of mineral resources in every region of this country to sustain itself. I won't lie to you. There is no revolution that can change the status of this country. There is no protest. There is no, whether peaceful or violent, that can turn Nigeria into a good country. The only way Nigeria can get better is to divide peacefully. Let us have a national confab, sit on a round table, know how many countries Nigeria can be divided to peacefully, considering the ethnic and socio-cultural diversities of these people, and know how we can segregate them into peaceful nation. Even if it takes one local government to become a country of their own, let us have it. And if we can have international relationship like the European Union or any union we want to call it at the central level, where one passport of one of the segregated country can be functional in all other part of the country, let us have it. But as I speak with you, there is nothing that can solve the problem of this country except division, peaceful division from a round table, and let each region go back to their home, secure their people, secure their mineral resources, mine it, exploit it in the best interest of their people. Because the people that amalgamated Nigeria does not consider the difficulties and diversity of this country and how it will affect our existence. I bet you nobody can, even if you merge Atiku, Obi, Tinubu, Amechi, and all of them together, they cannot solve the problem of this country. Merge them into one president, they cannot solve the problem of this country. Because one region is our turn, the other region is our turn. Nobody check the credibility. Nobody check, oh, they are appointing only Yoruba, they are appointing only Hausa. But they won't be such if it is only Yoruba that having their own state. So, I bet you it is important for us to sit on a round table and question ourselves again. Who are the benefactors of one Nigeria? Is it the British that amalgamated us without considering the ethnic diversity, the religious and socio-cultural diversity? Or is it the present leaders, the elites, or the citizens of this country? What is the benefit of one Nigeria to a common citizen of Nigeria? That is a low average life citizen of Nigeria. What is the benefit? What does a person benefit from holding a Nigerian passport? What does a person benefit from being a Nigerian citizen? The comment section is open. Tell me just one thing that somebody benefit from this country, Nigeria. And if there is nothing, then they should cease to exist.
Why is Nigeria so divided? Why is there so much division and hatredness amongst Nigerian citizens in Nigeria? Why is there so much competition amongst the main ethnic groups of Nigeria? The Hausas, the Yorubas, and the Igbos. Why do they hate each other so much with passion? Or why can they not even trust each other or live side by side peacefully, truly peacefully with each other? Why is that? If I tell you there's a direct answer to that question I just asked, then I am lying to you and I am lying to myself, because there is no direct answer to that question. If there was, I won't be here asking you that question. But we need to look back to how that country was created, that country called Nigeria. In 1914, the British colonial criminals back then forcefully merged the northern and the southern protected region of what we now know as Nigeria. They forced them together without considering the over 300 diverse ethnic groups around. They didn't consider the cultural differences. They created a long-lasting religion and economic differences. They basically forced all of these groups together without considering the different cultures and religion of all of these ethnic groups they've merged together. The Hausas, Fulani in the north, the Yorubas in the southwest, and the Igbos in the southeastern part of Nigeria are all competing for power up till today. They are still competing for power. And then we have predominantly the Muslims in the north and the Christians in the south. These are now led to what we know as the conflict that is taking place today. The unaliving of Christians, or the hatredness between Christians and Muslims. The Christians believe the Muslims are trying to wipe out their religion. the Muslim believe Nigeria should become a Muslim country, so on and so forth. That is what had led to what we are facing today, because the colonial criminals forcefully created what should not have been created. And now, the division, the hatredness, the competition, and so on and so forth had ripped through the heart of Nigeria. And that is what we're witnessing right now. A lot of people don't understand this, but that country was not created properly. And I mean, Nigeria is divided to the core. Some want to break away. The Biafra, the Igbos, they want to break away for whatever reason. Some other Nigerians want unity. They want Nigeria to remain as one. They want to work things out where possible. Many are confused. They don't even know what they want, if they want to go forward, if they want to come backward, they don't know. They just follow like zombie. While some, strangely want the country to be destroyed for whatever reason. The Igbos believe they are being treated unfairly and they are not respected. Perhaps the other tribe are trying to wipe off the Igbo tribe from the Nigerian map. I don't understand why many people think that way. And then you have the Yorubas. The Yorubas feel and claim superiority over the other tribe. They believe they are the real Nigerians. They believe they are the one that is more educated and more, clever than any other tribe in Nigeria. So you have to bow to the Yorubas. That is what they feel. And then you have the Hausas, the Fulanis, who believe they are the real Nigerians. And they believe the Sharia law or the Muslim law should apply to the constitution of the country. I can go on and on and on and on. But the main question is, what is the way forward? Should Nigeria divide like many people are calling for? Or should we revisit the creation, the geographical creation of that country? Or what exactly should we do? Because that country is getting... I'm laughing, but I'm actually crying for Nigeria, because if you know, you know. But what do you guys think? What is the way forward? Some want division. Some want unity. Many are confused. Some want other countries to come into Nigeria and bomb the country and destroy it out of frustration and out of... they've lost hope because the country is not functioning. Let's be honest. Nigeria is not functioning, is it? But what do you guys think? I've made a lot of videos and I've talked about a lot of things, but it's like going round and round in circle. Nothing changed. So Nigerians, what exactly do you want?
Good day to our viewers all over the world and welcome back to Local Journal. The thing is this: we need to accept this bitter fact that Nigeria is not united and Nigeria is not one, and Nigeria is a divided country, and we should physically divide it and so that we can flourish. The real fact is this: Nigeria will never flourish. It's not as if we're trying to curse Nigeria or we're trying to be pessimist. No, I'm not trying to be pessimistic or whatsoever, understand. But what states that Nigeria cannot survive, Nigeria can never be one, and Nigeria cannot flourish with the current constitution we are following. It's not going to work at all. And as a matter of fact, we are already divided across tribal lines. And with tribalism going to the highest ebb now, there is no way we are coming back from that, because even this generation now, they are even worse off than the previous generation, or even the generation that are ruling now. The ruling class are even more better than, because like the ember of tribalism they are like kind of creating, they are fanning amongst their tribesmen now. The moment it germinates, Nigeria will explode. So in the very nearest future, it might not be like today or tomorrow, but the thing is that it's very difficult for Nigeria or one Nigeria to stand the test of time. It's already a shaky union already, and earlier we divide and we go our separate ways, the better for us. That's just what I have to say. Drop what you think about this in the comment section, and if today is your first time to visit the channel, please kindly like, share and subscribe to our channel.